want to introduce my guest, Abdiwahab Shekh, who is an expert on Somalia Affairs. He's going to be talking to us about this unfortunate attack that took place today. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Before we start, I'd like to get your attention on some certain issues that, of course, have come out throughout the day. And this is the contradicting statements that have been made by the Kenyan government, and even now the Somali government has something to say about the attack today. So I just want us to take a look at some graphics here, and we start with the Ministry of Defense. Now, this particular statement was made earlier on today in the morning, and it says, today, the 15th of January 2016 at 4 p.m., al-shabaab militia attacked the Somalia National Army camp, which is in close proximity to the Kenya Defense Forces camp at El-Ade in Somalia. Now, the SNA camp was overrun, and the KDF troops under AMISOM countered the attack in support of SNA. Now, the fighting was still ongoing by the time of this release, and the number of casualties on both sides is still unknown. Now, this was the first statement that was made by the Ministry of Defense. They say that the attack was at the Somalia National Army camp. But of course, this has come to be a point of contention, as you will see. Let's move on to the next statement that was made today in regard to the attack. Now, this was the second one, made about mid-morning. And it says, following the attack this morning on Somalia National Army and the counter-attack by KDF against the al-shabaab militia in El-Ade, initial reports confirmed that either side has suffered casualties, but the numbers are yet to be confirmed since consolidation is still ongoing. That's just part of this statement. Let's now move on to the last statement, and this one now is where the issue comes in. Now, this one came from the presidency, and it says, this morning the terrorist group al-shabaab attacked an African Union mission base camp at El-Ade in Somalia. El-Ade is occupied by Kenya Defense Forces serving under AMISOM. Regrettably, some of our patriots in uniform paid the ultimate price. It is indeed heartbreaking. Now, the attention, of course, comes to the issue here of the African Union mission base camp, where the presidency says this particular attack happened. And that's the question. Why are these contradicting statements coming from, the most executive levels of this government, and also considering that the Somali government has come out to say that that attack did not happen in their camp?
Betty, let's talk first and foremost. El-Ade is almost 60 kilometers from Garbahari, regional headquarters of Gada region, and almost 550 kilometers west of Mogadishu, close to Kenyan border, not so close actually. So it's a very remote area. So information we are getting there is very scanty information. So that's one issue. The second issue is, despite al-Shabaab being pushed out major towns and cities in Somalia, such as Baydaba, Kismayo, Bardere, Dinsor, and Beledweyne, still al-Shabaab continue to attack the African peacekeeping force camps,
right,
and government officials, and also foreign dignitaries. And this, they changed the tactics, in fact. Now they are organizing a highly organized attack,
right,
specifically for AMISOM peacekeeping bases. So that's one issue. Secondly, there's another issue very important. Al-Shabaab has been split into two now. One allied to Al-Qaeda, the other one allied in the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. Those in northern part of Somalia, particularly in Galgala mountain area in Puntland, they publicly say now we are no longer part of Shabaab.
Right.
We are going to be part of Islamic, Islamic State in Iraq and in Syria. So they're now, Al-Shabaab in the loggerhead.
Right.
They're going to fight each other. So now it's up to the African peacekeeping force, Somali National Army, together with regional powers, to have a common strategy against those guys. This is the time they're going to capitalize the division within Al-Shabaab. But unfortunately, I don't see any strategy whereby they're going to contain. That's one issue. And so many Kenyans are asking for, why are we losing our soldiers as a part of the country?
Exactly.
But let me clarify the issue. For instance, if today KDF withdrawn from Somalia, in a span of 24 hours, Al-Shabaab, they're going to control in Kismayo. No question about that. As we speak right now, there is a conference going on among the Somali leaders, whether they came from the AMISOM, Puntland and the southern state of Somalia,
right,
Somali central government. Now they're coming together. They're discussing the future of the country. And twice at the end of this year, there is an election for Somalia, which they're going to discuss. So what I'm saying is, the large number of Somali scholars and Somali, government officials, they see Kenyans as occupying forces rather than protection forces. What's missing now? What is missing? What is missing is Kenya, they're not interested in what they call staying in Somalia for long. They don't want to stay there. But, Kenyans must gain the hearts and the minds of the Somalis. Let them show them, we are here, you brothers, to assist you. We are not occupying forces. But we came here to assist you. The other issue is, today if we invite, if al-shabaab invites, Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, that will change the geopolitics of the entire region. For instance, just not short while ago, whereby, Al-Qaeda, Islamic State in Libya, they are inviting al-shabaab to join us. Again, coming back to the issue of Al-Adeh, similar incidents happen in Lego with Burundi, Burundi forces. September last year, the same also happened in Ugandan government, Ugandan peacekeeping force in Janale. Janale is almost 120 kilometers from south of Mogadishu, where they killed a significant number of the Afghan troops. It's not something new, by the way. It has happened everywhere. It's happened everywhere. Yes.
All right, and shortly I want us to talk about, the change, the seemingly change of tact by the al-shabaab, the guerrilla kind of attack, and why maybe we, if we should be concerned,